presents mailed to them. They might have somebody send them money through through PayPal or some other online service that allows people to exchange money and to make money from this. So you have a situation where we know that adult pornography, not just obscene material, but even softcore material, is used to groom children. And one of the things that is really important to understand is it's not just about the young child. In some cases, the young child has a little bit of protection in that they may be shocked enough by a picture to go tell their mother or their father. But for teenagers, I mean, teenagers think that they know everything. Teenagers are desperate to appear a little bit older. You know, anyone who knows a 13 or 14-year-old teenage girl has heard the jokes. Well, she's 13 or 14 going on 20. And so, you know, the makeup and the behavior. And so all of a sudden, you know, they have an opportunity to engage or to be thought maybe a little bit more cool or engage in activity that they've seen on the internet. And so it really lowers their inhibition to engage in sexual activity, to exchange sexual material with people. And so right now, I think for most parents looking at this, we really do need to clean up the internet. And the way you do that is by going after the companies who are polluting the internet. And, you know, this is something that is doable. Don't let anyone tell you, certainly no prosecutor should tell you that this is just too big a problem. We can't deal with it.
Well, are they dealing with it right now?
They're not. Very few local prosecutors and are dealing with it. The federal government has all but abandoned any effort to prosecute adult obscenity, and it's unfortunate. Something that prosecutors should be aware of is that even though there's a tremendous amount of material on the internet, much of that material comes from a limited number of sources. And if a prosecutor were to say, well, this is just too big, we can't go after it, well, then there's no reason to pursue drugs anymore. Drugs are everywhere. Let's just give up. The FBI and local law enforcement, they've been battling bank robbers all the way back to the 20s and 30s. Let's just give that up. Bank robberies keep happening. Let's just treat it as something that the insurance companies will deal with. Most bank robberies don't involve a gun, and the person who escapes from a bank robbery ends up getting only a few $100s. But why do we do that? Well, we say, well, because our financial system is too important for us just to turn it over to the bad guys. And if we were to tell them all of a sudden, hey, we're just not going to do this anymore, do you think the criminals would simply stop with just small bank robberies? No. They would go to bigger and bigger and bigger things because they want more and more money. Well, it's the same thing with the pornography industry. By telling them basically, as this administration has done, we're just not going to pursue this, it's open season. They can do and go anywhere they want. They can continue to push the envelope with very little fear. And the truth be told, many of the largest pornography producing companies are under tremendous financial pressure because there's so much of this material that's out there that's been copied from their sites and posted other places, material that individuals are posting of themselves and their people that they know. And so selling this material now has become a real challenge.
So it's selling illegal material.
And selling illegal material has become a real challenge. So these companies, the one thing that they don't want to have as additional pressure is someone holding them accountable. And if they're violating the law, proceeding against that. You know, we're not talking about taking advantage of them. We're not talking about vindictive prosecutions or trying to do anything other than simply saying, we've taken a look at the material. We're confident that it violates the community standards. We don't see any serious value in the material. And it clearly was pandered and sold as material for specifically a sexual purpose. And I think prosecutors ought to look at that. I think most communities are not dead. This is not what they want. And now we have a tool that we've never had before, which is science. You know, when I started doing these prosecutions in the late 80s, we made these we did these prosecutions and we defended them on the basis that this was the law, that this material was harmful, and we took a public morality, a public health position on them. Today, we not only have those arguments, which